Well, 2010 vintage is a very good vintage for sure. Will it be good or excellent? This remains to be seen, but we think it will be very good because the weather was beautiful during the summer of 2010. We had drought. I think that's the main character of the vintage. Very little amount of water for the 3 months of the summer, just above 2 inches, which is almost 1/3 of what we get usually. So that drought induced the whole character of the vintage, which means the berries were much smaller than usual, something like 1.1 gram instead of 140 for the Merlot, which means 20% smaller in size. And that means, of course, that you had more skin compared to the amount of juice. And that's a factor of the vintage. That's why you find so many wines which are tannic, very dark in color, maybe slightly higher in acidity, slightly higher in alcohol. And that's due to, at the end of the season, just before harvest, we had a phenomenon of concentration rather than maturation. We are familiar with that in California, for instance, not very much in Bordeaux, where usually we get rains in September. So this year concentration, and you find that very concentrate character in the wines, which sometimes may produce some wines which will be unbalanced. That would be the risk for the vintage. A little too much extract, a little too much alcohol, a little too much acid, But apart from those excesses, it's clearly a very good vintage. Because the alcohol was high, as I said earlier, it was not an easy fermentation. The malolactic took very long, and it was really, in that sense, the decisions of the winemakers were very important. The acid level is much higher, for instance, than in 2009, where the wines were much softer and much more friendly in their youth. That's concentration effect, as I said, because concentration means the water evaporates, but then the acid gets concentrated. We have had a few vintages like that in the past, like 75, for instance. That's usually a good sign for aging. It does not make the wines friendly in their youth, but they will resist to centuries maybe for the top wines. Already, of course, next year we had no idea that the prices will go out of control. This year, you will be surprised. Let us say, one forgets that Bordeaux is 11,000 chateaux. And when you think of Bordeaux, you think 200 chateaux because you are a pro, and if you are not a pro, 20 chateaux, you see. So those 20 chateaux, they are out of control and nobody knows the way they will react. The other chateaux, the many chateaux which are, let's say, around 20 euros, they will increase the price. There's no question about that, because they know, they have read so much about the Chinese market, which of course has become a big player, and besides they have seen the unbelievable increase of price for the top chateaux. And even if they don't play in the same category, they say, why not us, you see. So the deals I have made already for something like 15 or 20 chateaux in that category, everybody is asking for plus 15%, plus 20%. That's the bracket. But of course, when you discuss with an owner, the quantity was smaller by 15%. He knows he has a great vintage, and that cannot renew itself too often. And he knows about the crazy prices for some wines. So he is almost legitimate to ask for an increase. And I'm not, as a wine merchant, in a position to argue with him, you see. So you can expect an increase, but still, I'm speaking of those wines which are affordable, approachable for consumers. For the top wines, it's out of control. It will depend on so many events. I hope there will be no new tsunami or Libya or whatever, which will affect at the last minute, I mean in May and June. But normally, some of them will get crazy, but some of them may get stuck. Bordeaux needs a lesson at some point.